And that's what I was just getting ready to say. We get right it up. I'm a TikTok Dave. I love dancing. I just don't think that chance echo in the room. WWE's drama, the big pay-per-view. Boom. Wrestle talking, never stopping. Ring rope squeak, bodies dropping. Wrestle talking, feel the vibe. Smackdown suplex, keep it. He thinks he's here. Okay? Everybody else is down here. CM Punk's up here. Oh, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest.
Wrestler of the Year, Will Ospreay. Most Outstanding Wrestler, Will Ospreay. Tag Team of the Year, FTR. Best on the Indie.
Just because I was fucking blowing me out and I'd be on the floor.
Like Pat McAfee almost did during that segment. He even said it. He almost tore his ACL.
That's right. So I was almost right. He was got a half a point coming.
Gigi Dolan gave her a low blow and then said something on Twitter of, I made your roast beef something.
Back on Instagram. So the women want their hoo-hoo called the roast beef now. Is that the deal? Come on, you gotta put.
Night, Tobu. Welcome in to Wrestle Talk with David and Pops, Season 3, Episode 8.
8. Yes.
Stacked episode here tonight. We're going to be going down TNA. We're going to be going down Collision, Smackdown. TNA, Smackdown, Collision, Raw, NXT, Dynamite, and then we are going to be getting into our Elimination Chamber predictions, along with an Indy Spotlight. Brought to you this week by our friends over at Blitzkrieg Pro. Bringing It Down is the show name.
Good show.
At a lukewarm start.
Well, yeah.
Impact from February 19th, 2026. More matches this week.
Very good. They listen.
Let's give it up. Thank you. Thank you for more than 2 matches on a 2-hour show. Appreciate you. Indy Hartwell defeated Heather by Elegance. Cool. Good match. I love Indy Hartwell. So
Indy Hartwell's, yeah.
A lot of good
one of my favorites.
Good matches on this card, I will say. You know, they did amp it up a little bit. Still not the best. I don't think it will be the best for a while. I'm just putting it out there, but it did improve this week. Trey
like
Miguel,
I said, give them some time. They're learning.
Give them some time. You keep saying give them some time. I don't know how much time I gotta give them.
You gotta give them, a bit.
I guess. But Trey Miguel debuting a brand new international title. Or an international championship, I should say. It's got a green strap. Because, the Rascals are green.
Green.
Pretty cool. I liked it. I think a friend of the show, Sports Rod, would enjoy that one a lot because it is.
Yeah, I was thinking that too when I saw that belt.
Bright green.
Immediately, that green and like his signature color.
Yeah, but he faced Channing Stacks Lorenzo and retained the title. Thank God. Because NXT guys and gals don't need TNA titles. Hot take, no. I know. Very hot take, I guess.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Jody Threat defeats Tessa Blanchard via DQ. Cool.
Tessa.
Fuck Tessa Blanchard. Beyond that, Sinner and Saint. Judas Icarus and Travis Williams defeated Rich Swann and BDE. First of all, I love seeing BDE on my TV screen. One of the YouTubers I followed for years. It just shows like him.
Yes.
When it's different. For my generation, we have the YouTube and we have the YouTube video games. Or we have the WWE video games on YouTube. I watch Chris Danger and BDE play the WWE video games. Chris Danger, if he comes on to TNA, he'll be my wrestler of the week every week. Because he's literally my favorite YouTuber back in the day.
I know Rich Swann.
Yeah, cool. Good. And Sinner and Saint, TV time, they need more TV time. Because I really like Sinner and Saint. They're really good.
You know, I
Yeah, I know. I know Rich Swann. Yeah, you didn't. So tell me you didn't watch the match by telling me you didn't watch the match. And then we had a guitar case casket match.
I did watch this.
Elijah defeats Mustafa Ali.
It was a great match. I mean, how can you not like that match?
It was pretty good.
I gave the entire show a 6.9, and that was because of that last match and the Shea Miguel there.
Trey Miguel.
Trey Miguel.
Give it a 5. I give it a 5 just because, you know, like you said, Trey Miguel.
And that casket, come on, you didn't like the casket match?
And the casket match. It was good.
Right,
I didn't say I didn't like it. It was fine.
At least you gave it some props for having more matches. You know, as we grow along, maybe tonight we'll get 6 matches.
Exactly. We'll get another extra match. And we'll get more matches, less promos, less Ash by Elegance and the Elegance brand, because that team sucks. I'm sorry, she was not good in WWE, and they're trying to make her like this fucking superstar in TNA, and it's just not working for anyone. But the crowds, and that's one thing I will say about TNA too, is the crowds are not, they're not on their side. Very dead crowds when it comes to TNA.
Yeah.
But
well, because they're having the, you know, yeah, they'll eventually figure that out.
I hope so. Moving on, we have Smackdown. We have Tama Tonga defeating Ilya Dragunov. I don't know. They're pushing Tama Tonga, and I seen this take on Twitter. Great take, honestly. Tama Tonga leaves the MFTs.
Yep. I heard this one.
Sides with Shinsuke Nakamura. And they bring in Evil from New Japan. And that's the new faction.
They form a new faction. Yes, I seen that too, and I kind of like that idea.
It was not the worst idea. Because the worst booking decision and stuff like that is in this show, and I will say it. It's been on my mind for weeks, and I'm finally going to let it go this stream. The winner qualifies for the Women's Elimination Chamber match triple threat. Kiana James defeats Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax. Thank God. You know, we're doing good. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. Let's stop. I said this on last week's episode, and I said it before, and I'll continue saying it. We need new people to have opportunities. Thank you for giving Kiana James an opportunity other than having Charlotte Flair.
And knocking those two out. I mean, yeah, very.
And the way she won, it didn't hurt Charlotte at all. Because Charlotte has lost like that before against Sasha and Rhea.
Right.
Sasha Banks, Rhea Ripley, back in NXT. So it was a little callback, which was nice.
Not going to hurt. Not going to hurt at all.
Now, you ready for my shitty booking decision of the year?
Okay, sure.
Ready for my hot take of the week?
Okay, sure. I'm ready.
Fucking hate Kit Wilson. everyone is so big on this guy, and he's, oh my god, his music, oh my god, he's so good, oh my god, toxic masculinity. Fuck you. It's annoying, you're stupid. Why do we have Obafemi being wasted yet again? You have him come out, Kit Wilson reads him a fucking poem before he dominates Kit Wilson. This is stupid.
I agree 1,000% with you. I mean,
I liked
don't like
Kit Wilson before with the Pretty Deadly stuff. It was funny. It was good. It wasn't, shoved down my throat like it is every week now. Now every week he comes out, oh, toxic, you're toxic. It's stupid.
You're toxic.
You're fucking dumb. This
Exactly.
Obafemi should have been he should have been in this match right here. That is close to the end. He should have been in an actual match. Put him in actual matches, not just coming out and destroying people. Because then when he finally loses, everyone in the fucking wrestling community is going to go, oh, you're burying Obafemi already. You're burying him. You're burying him. He lost to Carmelo Hayes.
I think we might have something interesting for him coming up at WrestleMania.
Which we'll talk about when we talk about Monday Night Raw.
There you go.
But Tiffany Stratton defeats Alba Fire. Chelsea Green's ankle is like broken, but not broken because she's up and running around.
Yeah, I
don't know what they're
I
doing
just
with
watched
that.
the TikTok on her sitting in the wheelchair, screaming at the people, saying, you guys are mean because I can't get out of there. And then, I watched the match and I seen her get out of the chair, and okay, you're not handicapped.
She was walking around at the 2K event. They had a 2K creator event, and she was walking around and stuff. So I don't.
Yeah, they're trying to. They're trying to. I forget who wasn't it Bret Hart or somebody back in the day that was.
Yeah, it was
these and kind of like what's his
Bret
name
Hart
over on AEW.
Bret Hart and Goldberg.
Yeah, and what's his name right now? Stokely over on AEW.
Yeah, Stokely, and it's just a gimmick. But this is where I would have inserted a Obafemi into a match, I will say. Winner qualifies for a men's elimination chamber match. Triple threat match, Trick Williams, Damian Priest, and Carmelo Hayes. I don't know. Maybe replace Damian Priest because he's not really, he's not really needed. You kind of need that Trick and Mello.
Right.
Could have replaced Damian Priest, but then, I get why they didn't put him in it because they don't want Obafemi to lose yet, but I get it. But just want them to book Obafemi.
You don't want him in the chamber. I mean, you don't want him in the chamber match. Because then he's going to have to lose it, and like you just said,
they don't want him to lose yet. But Trick Williams did defeat Damian Priest and Carmelo Hayes. Great for Trick Williams. Amazing. I love that we're getting, like I said, new faces. He is skyrocketing to the top. From coming from
he's
NXT.
like everywhere. He's doing interviews. He's doing stuff.
Exactly.
Good Morning America.
Yeah,
that's good. That's what they need to do. They need to build instead of taking people from NXT and then killing them. They're building them.
Yeah, exactly. Taking him from NXT and then putting him in squash matches against shitty people who are not gonna do anything in the sport. Don't get me wrong. Love Kit Wilson. Like I said already, love Kit Wilson. Do not like this gimmick. Do not like it being pushed down my throat every week. I do like Kit Wilson as a person and as a wrestler. I love Pretty Deadly. They were good when they were Pretty Deadly. Unfortunately, his tag team partner is out with injury, so that's why we're getting this singles push.
Right.
But if you're not going to make it go anywhere, stop putting him on my TV every week.
Right.
Champion vs. Champion match. Rhea Ripley defeated Julia via DQ. You
have to have one.
One a week at least. But again, this was a good match. It was supposed to be Io Sky. I don't know why Io Sky got taken out of it.
Yeah,
but good match all in all.
be injured. So.
Then we had Aleister Black defeating Randy Orton.
Yeah, I
Karrion
didn't
Kross
understand that.
2.0. They're trying to make him Karrion Kross 2.0, and I do not like it. I fell asleep at the end, so I don't know why Cody Rhodes is out there with Drew McIntyre.
I can't remember now. I remember I gave it SmackDown a 7.5,
I'll give it a 7.
and I gave it that 7.5 for the reason being of the chamber matches winners and stuff.
Yeah. Next up, we have Collision from February 21st, the Trios Championship AEW World Trios Championship Trios match. Jet Set Rodeo, the champions, defeat the Demand to retain their titles. I love Jet Set.
I say it each and every week. We get pay-per-view,
Pay-per-view
value on regular television.
On regular television every week. It just gets better and better. The Young Bucks defeated the Swirl, Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. You know, Collision is basically their NXT. You know, this is their throwaway stuff. But then it's throwaway. But that throwaway,
Quality.
You have the fucking CMLL World Heavyweight Champion Claudio Castagnoli defending it against Josh Alexander. It's their throwaway is still the higher quality.
It's still high quality stuff. Collision 9.2.
Megan Bayne defeated B3CCA, also known as Becca.
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 I didn't know.
She's
totally different character than I know from the Indies, but
yeah, it's still good either way.
It's still good. It's like
the Don Callis family defeated the Death Riders. This is the only thing, right? It's getting a little much where we're constantly having the Don Callis family versus the Death Riders. It's a little much. I know next Wednesday we have another Don Callis family versus the Death Riders, but it's like a 5-on-5. It's a 10-man. I hope that is the last bit. Like, let them branch off, please.
Right. I mean, it's hard. It's hard because
it's hard.
You got this fact. You got that faction, but you don't. Who are they going? Everybody hates him.
Yeah.
Don Callis, so you can't kind of automatically get rid of him for fighting somebody.
Well, I think this is eventually because we know John Moxley's going up against Takeshita at Revolution. I think after this, at either what's next, Double or Nothing or All In, right?
Right. Yeah.
We're getting Anarchy in the Arena.
Right.
Whatchamacallit? What's the other one? Stadium Stampede. We're getting one of those matches. Death Riders versus the Don Callis family. That is what this is all going to end up being.
Lead up to and hope they can end it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope they can end it in that because it'll be perfect. It'll be the greatest. It'll be a perfect ending to that storyline, and we won't have to see it again. Then we got Thunder Rosa defeating Julia Hart. Great to see Thunder Rosa back. Congrats, Thunder Rosa. We've missed you. We know.
We'll talk a little bit later. Yeah, I have.
We'll talk
a lot.
Pops, we'll talk about that in his later on in the
Shut
night.
up.
And if the Rascals win, they get a shot at the AEW World Tag Team Championships Eliminator match. The Rascals defeated FTR. Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz defeated FTR.
They did. And then FTR.
What happened after the match?
FTR, they were getting in the face of the family of the Bucks over there. They pushed his pops. They pushed his mother. They pushed his little brother. They pull his little brother over. They throw him on the ground. And they throw him in the ring and crazy madness.
They gave his brother a
Them-
pile driver.
Yeah.
Dickheads.
The Buck-
FTR
Yeah.
heels.
And he was the younger brother.
I guess. I know he looks a lot older, but
He looked
is
much older.
he is the younger brother. All right. What did you give Collision?
I gave Collision a 9.2.
Okay, he did give him that, but I was looking at Dynamite, not Collision. I was like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, give it a 9. Like I said, the only problem I have is the Death Riders versus the Don Callis family. It's getting a little bit too repetitive. But, again, it's amazing. It's quality wrestling every Wednesday, every Saturday, every pay-per-view. It's all the same quality. We're getting pay-per-view style matches and stuff like that on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Free cable, stuff like that.
Right. You got your cable.
Now we have Raw. Winner qualifies for the Men's Elimination Chamber Triple Threat. Jey Uso, Bronson Reed, and the original El Grande Americano. Unfortunately, during this match, Bronson Reed has suffered a torn bicep.
The winner.
The winner, who was supposed to win the match, Bronson
Right.
Reed, tore his bicep. So now let's go over the Vision members, okay?
Curse.
We got Braun Breaker out with a hernia injury. Bronson Reed out with a torn bicep. Seth Rollins out with a fucked up shoulder.
And reason why they went to Bronson.
The reason why they took over and had Braun Breaker take over the Vision and all that stuff. And then, I seen this thing that said, you want to fake an injury for a storyline, now look at you. You got 3 of the members that are in that storyline actually injured, which sucks, and I hate to see it. Take all of Bronson Reed's pain and put it into Logan Paul. Triple H, put it into somebody else, please.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Jey Uso did not look happy to win. Did you notice that?
No, because I think now they have to totally rewrite. I mean, I think he should have lost. He was going to lose, and maybe we would have got something to do with his brother.
I think he was losing either way. Didn't want to see El Grande Americano in the Elimination Chamber, to be honest with you. Bronson Reed would have been great. He would have been a good addition. I think he miss last year's too.
I'm
They
not
were
too
in
sure. But I think
Australia?
I don't remember him being in one.
I think that he missed the Australia Elimination Chamber, which he's Australian, so
Yeah, right.
it was bad for that. But, well wishes to Bronson Reed. All jokes aside, please do give his pain to Logan Paul. That's all
Yes,
I'm saying.
please. And a little extra.
But that makes it like the masked man now. Like, what are we... You
Right,
put yourself
it's
into a
kinda-
corner with this masked man thing, and now you can't finish that story. What are you going to do? Finish it with Austin Theory and Logan Paul? You can't.
I hear they're going to be bringing somebody else in.
Are we going to talk about Are we talking about the same person?
I don't know.
He
Does he
got a
wear a
call.
cowboy hat?
He got a text during an interview. He doesn't work for the company anymore. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard something, but I don't know who it was.
All right, we'll get through this, and then we'll circle back to that because I want to hear your opinion on it. Natty defeated Maxine Dupree via referee stoppage. She got knocked out or something.
Yeah, so fucking that didn't look fake.
It didn't look fake. Javon Evans defeated Kofi Kingston. This was, up until last night, my match of the week. It was awesome. I love Javon
It was
Evans.
a good match.
Javon Evans and Kofi Kingston are very much the same, but
Right, that's what I was. What I seen though is
We'll go back.
why is he come out with that rap guy?
Oh, I thought you were saying. I thought you were going back to the Masked Man thing. He came out
No.
with the rap guy because they're from. That's where he was from. He was from Atlanta.
Well, I'm just hoping that
No,
they're not gonna.
They're not gonna go back on.
Take that. He's got to be more urban, and now he's gonna come out and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna use my gack and shoot you." And
No, that's not at all. Thankfully, that's not all. He came out with the rapper. I'm pretty sure the rapper was Offset, right? Or
yeah, I'm not too sure.
I
I
don't
just
remember
I
who
don't
came
know
out
why
with
he was there all of a sudden.
but he's from Atlanta, so that's why they came out together. I'm sure that he is a big fan of the rapper. I don't remember who it was. I'm trying to figure it out.
I can't. Yeah, I can't remember. I just was like, and all I could think of was
It was Offset. He more than likely he is a big fan of Offset, and Offset is a big fan of wrestling. So that's why he came out with him.
I totally get it.
I also thought of the Kevin Nash thing, and if that was the reason, I would have stopped watching WWE completely. Because
right, and that's what all I could think of. And I can remember when Kofi and they used to do the. I thought you were Jamaican.
Yeah.
Remember?
yeah, that was for a
Yeah.
pay-per-view build-up. I think it was bragging rights. But
Right.
the main event, Raquel Rodriguez defeats Io Sky and Kairi Sane. Great. Good. Not saying
I
Io
get it.
Sky and Kairi Sane don't deserve it.
Right.
But they're currently, Io Sky is a tag team champion. Kairi Sane is part of a tag team. Asuka was already in it.
Right.
There was no reason to put Kairi Sane in, because unless you're gonna build up to
I
Kairi
put in
Sane,
Big Sexy.
unless you're gonna build up to Kairi Sane turning on Asuka or Asuka turning on Kairi Sane, there's no reason to have her in this match.
Huh.
So Raquel
I agree.
Rodriguez going into the match was a good
Right.
addition.
Shout out to Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Big
Hey,
Sexy.
fuck you, Kevin Nash. Raquel Rodriguez is better than you ever will be. More
Well,
power.
I'm just saying that she's got a shirt
know.
now that
Yeah.
says Big Sexy.
Yeah, we all know. And I'm sure Kevin Nash will turn around in 6 months and be like, "Yo, that's my gimmick. That was for me. Well, fuck you."
Do you know
so-
that man was stabbed by in What You Doing, the movie there he was in? You got to remember, I am a huge
Yeah, I know. You're a huge
Big
Kevin
Daddy
Nash
Cool
fan.
fan.
Yep.
I think maybe he's a douche now.
Yep.
I think a lot of it's got to do with his son
But
losing his parents. He's
Hey,
lost a lot
guess
of
what?
people right there in a row.
Guess what? I could care less. We're
I'm
gonna
just
go
saying.
back to who could be the masked man during an interview with, I don't know who he was interviewing with. Karrion Kross got a text from Paul Heyman.
Right. Yes.
Fucking
Okay.
stupid.
That I did see that.
If you bring back Karrion Kross, he better be booked to fucking WrestleMania quality fucking matches. He better be on my screen weekly. He better be a world champion within the first 6 months of him being back. Book him like he is God himself. Because if you're gonna bring him back and he's gonna sit in fucking catering like Rusev is, then he should have stayed on the fucking independents where he's getting more bookings. He's getting
Well, he's getting
shit.
bookings, he's getting titles. He's getting.
He's an MLW champion currently. He defeated 30 other men to fucking win a goddamn championship. And you're going to bring him back to put him under a mask and say, oh, it was in my vision all along. It was, he's a leader. No. Fucking dumb. And if Karrion Kross goes back, guess what? He's a fucking sellout. Just like I used to say Cody Rhodes was.
Another name that did a little interview and a little open challenge.
Oh. Yeah, the whole open challenge thing with Brock Lesnar, you know, what does that do? Is that selling more fucking WrestleMania tickets? Because I don't think it is.
Because they're not selling any.
It's not going to get me to, oh, let me drop $16,000 on front row tickets to see Brock Lesnar do an open challenge. No.
And if they're smart, they would, there's two names I keep hearing. One is Oba.
Good.
And the other is, what's his name? Big tall guy.
I got you. So I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to pull up this for you so you can read down this. I have to run to the bathroom. So go over.
All right. So we're not going to talk about AJ Styles and retiring and
talk about that. I had to run to the bathroom.
You go to the bathroom, and I want to give some points on.
Going to talk about AJ Styles and his beautiful retirement.
The end of the week, yeah, the end of the show, and this and that. I liked all throughout the night. I love seeing the people come, Abyss, Frankie Kazarian, the Good Brothers, and all this, and you know, seeing everybody coming out and doing their thing, and that ending at the end, where they all come out and they're all clapping, and he's in there and he's talking to his wife, and you know, he's done with wrestling. And I got a tweet earlier from somebody who was like, he was on his podcast saying, no, I'm done. I'm not going to AEW. Stop saying all this other crap. I'm done with wrestling. I'm a dad now. So with that thing, you know, with that said, and stuff like that, and then, you know, all of a sudden you hear, you know, and here he comes out, American Badass. I was thinking the way they were talking in it, I was like a lot of other people. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He's not going to retire. He's going to have one more match against The Undertaker and this and that. But then Undertaker inducting him into the Hall of Fame. I will have more on that a little bit later, you know. But for right now, we're going on. Let's talk a little bit more about NXT as David's still in the bathroom. Because that's what we have up. Next, I want to say right here in the beginning that my Raw got an 8. I did a Raw, I gave 8. And my NXT rating is an 8.5. And that's because it contains my match of the week. I'll talk about that after I kind of do a little rundown here. The NXT Tag Team Championship, the Vanity Project, Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes. Swipe right if for all you local Britsky guys. Defeated Darkseid, Osiris Griffin, and Saquon Sugars to win the titles. I was so happy to see these guys win the titles, and you know, we have a history with them. They were on Limitless Wrestling. They're on Open, Wrestle Open, and all this other stuff. And they did some time here at Blitzkrieg and this and that. So as David gets ready to plop the headphones back on, that's what we got. I only did the NXT Tag Team Championship match. Talked a little bit about Vanity Project.
All right. Hold on.
So you can
switch that. Okay, so Vanity Project defeated Darkseid, as Pop said. Keanu Carver defeated Sean Legacy, another kind of local guy to the States over here or over there in the Western Massachusetts area.
Right.
Dude, again, I fell asleep during this match. To be 100% honest with you.
What match?
The 7-minute Speed Championship time limit triple threat.
Yeah.
It's not for me. I'm sorry. I don't like the speed stuff. It's good, but it's not at the same time. It's I don't know. I just don't like the speed championship and the it's a 2-minute time limit to finish. Stupid, dumb. And we'll get more into that when we talk about the number one contender for that women's.
Well,
speed
yeah,
championship.
it was made basically for YouTube
Yeah, it was made for
and
Twitter.
for like a half-hour show.
It was made for Twitter. It was
Right.
supposed to be a 14-minute video that they posted on Twitter, and then they were like, "Wow, this fucking sucks. This is not defeating anything." That it was just,
Right.
it was something to put, which was cool. Leave it on Twitter, leave it on YouTube, stuff like that. Don't dedicate shit like that on my TV. Because I really could care less about a speed championship. It is the ugliest looking title in the world. And I just don't like
My
it.
NXT got 8.5. It got better ratings than Raw
That's great.
because of one reason.
Still not talking about we haven't got all the way through the card, so I don't know why you're telling
I
me
know.
the rating. NXT Women's Championship match. 7 seconds long. This match was. Sol Ruka being betrayed by her tag team partner, Zarya, gets taken out with a final encore or whatever the fuck she calls it. There's a big punch. JC Jane defeated Sol Ruka to retain the championship. Sad.
Yeah. It was a sad moment.
But we did get news the other day. I don't know if you've seen this. But NXT Stand and Deliver in 2026 will no longer be a part of WrestleMania weekend. It is his own standalone event. Stand and Deliver will be in St. Louis on April 4th of 2026. Why do I bring that up? Because I'm booking it right now. February 26th, 5:38 p.m. Sol Ruka versus Zarya. Steel cage match.
I was gonna say something good, like a Hell's in a
Hell in
Cell,
a
something
Cell,
good.
steel
We're gonna have,
cage, something. Let these women go hard.
and they
Just-
will, because they're good. I mean, I like them both.
I love them both. But I think Sol Ruka this is the perfect opportunity to get that final Sol Ruka match that everyone's been waiting for. Give her the championship. Give her the championship. Let her take the championship into Stand and Deliver. Give her like a 2-month reign. Let her go into Stand and Deliver. Drop it to Zarya, and then bring her up on the on the main roster finally, SmackDown or Raw. Either one she would excel in. Like she's main roster ready, but I think they want to give her at least a NXT title, just so she can say she's I've had this title, I've had this title, I've had this one, so which would be nice. But number one contender for the WWE Speed Championship tournament, Thea Hale defeats Blake Monroe. You remember that? Remember that promo that Tony Storm and Mariah May had, where they were going into their final match in AEW, and Tony Storm said, "The rest of your career will be mediocre."
Yeah.
Well, Shawn Michaels watched that fucking. He watched that
Yeah,
promo
he's
and
living
said,
by that promo.
"You got it, baby. Your career will be the most." Since coming, she's in a rivalry with Jada Parker, which is cool. That's great. That's awesome. But then you got her going after the Speed Championship. That means absolutely nothing. She doesn't get a rematch for her North American title that she wasn't supposed to lose in the first place. We just forget about that.
Forgot about it.
Like, fucking stupid. Urian Connors defeats Kale Dixon. They're former partners, so. Uria Connors, I hope, drops that stupid name and comes out one day and says, "Hey, my name's actually Brogan Finley, and my dad is Fit Finley, and I'm going by my former name or my actual name."
My actual
Because
name.
Urea Connors is no bueno.
Urea Heap. Good band back in the 60s.
Yeah, shit band back in the 60s. Gotcha. And then the NXT North American Championship match, Ethan Page, if he defended it successfully, he would have made history beating Obafemi's all-time defense record. But he did not. Miles Bourne defeats Ethan Page to win the title. Pops, I know you got a lot to talk about on this one, so I'll let you go for
I
it.
was just going to say, it's my match of the week. That's right. I picked this as my match of the week. David's actual match coming up. Well, anyways, I would have picked that, but I already picked this one. Bourne versus Ethan Page for the NXT North American Championship. I think they're finally figuring it out. They're figuring something out over there at NXT. NXT is for up and coming stars. That's what we're supposed to be doing here. And that guy's been around for a long time. Bourne finally getting over his mid card status and showing people that boundaries can be overcome. As you know, he's at a deaf. I believe he's the first deaf champion ever in any wrestling and this and that. And I mean, the guy is just amazing, and I'm so happy for him. And that match was just awesome. And I love how he changed the nameplates. They were showing GM changing the nameplates and this and that because it's not just Canada title; it's international title. He said. So it's going to be.
Yeah,
he's going to defend it for everybody.
It's not only Canada. There's 27 or whatever that make it up, and I'm going to defend all of them, which is great. I hope they use that title, and not saying that. How do I word this? Not saying they should do it just like AEW does it with the TNT title. But I think the North American title, since that is like the mid-card title or whatever, that should be the most personalized one. Because it doesn't change. Like Ethan Page had it for however many days, but whatever. And he was allowed to change it. I think Miles Bourne, don't change it like a shit ton. Like don't like rhinestone it out and fucking put "I'm deaf" or something on it. Like have it be personalized, but not over the top.
Right.
And then we get to the final wrestling show of the week that we'll be talking about before we get into our Elimination Chamber predictions. El Clone versus Jon Moxley in a Continental Championship Eliminator match. Jon Moxley defeats El Clone. Great.
Should I say it now?
What?
My wrestler of the week is Jon Moxley.
Yeah. Well,
You want me to go on with that?
yeah.
Why? For each and every week, he's coming out and he's opening Dynamite with some killer matches. He defends his title, and each week, and then no matter what, usually a great starting match, 10-star match, this and that. Jon Moxley gives everything for AEW. No matter if it's in the matches with his crew there and this and that. That's why Jon Moxley is my wrestler of the week.
What I really like is the fact that they're using Renee as like for the beginning of these matches. You're getting more of a sports style, like sideline reporter talking about the match.
Yes.
She talked to Marina Shafir this week, and Marina Shafir said some fucking poetry style. She's like, "There's no pain in successful men," or something, and then she was just like, "Those slaps don't mean nothing. It's just pure joy." I don't know. Don't slap me around.
Yeah.
Gabe Kidd defeated Orange Cassidy. I think we're getting closer to a War Dogs reunion. With this one, we see Clark Connors, we see Gabe Kidd. The only one we're missing 2, but one of them has retired from wrestling. But the only one we're missing is David Finlay. Could David Finlay sign with AEW, have a joint contract, New Japan, AEW? That would be awesome. People are saying he's going to go to WWE. Who the fuck cares? I don't know. I would love to see the War Dogs, another version of the Bullet Club, even though the Bullet Club is dead.
Bullet Club's not dead.
Bullet Club is very much dead and gone.
Yeah, I guess you didn't watch Monday night.
Sorry to say it. Yeah, sure. And then we seen Festus come out with Luke Gallows. Yeah, back to Festus and.
But you do realize that was the first time that the original Bullet Club have been on TV in forever.
Good job. Not part of the Bullet Club, Kevin Knight defeats Mansoor. Kevin Knight had a amazing promo after that match. In my opinion, I loved it. Kevin Knight saying that if Hangman comes out as the champion after Revolution, he wants a shot. Hangman, Kevin Knight, and Speedball Mike Bailey being a trios champions.
Okay. But again, I could see if it did happen that he would, because that's the kind of guy.
Hangman is a fighting champion. It's not on here, but I will talk about it. Sorry, we will talk about it. I keep burping. MJF and Hangman had their in-ring little standoff, talking about the stipulation for the match at Revolution, and MJF, in classic MJF fashion, said, I want a one-way disqualification match, meaning I can do whatever the fuck I want. If you look at a weapon, you're disqualified. They flip a coin, and Hangman says, I know you.
The old Two-Face coin, if anybody remembers that.
Yeah, I was getting there, pal.
Character.
Getting there.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, it's the Two-Face coin.
Yeah,
it's not.
I was
it
getting
doesn't mean it was two faces. It just means
Hangman said that he didn't believe him, and he knew he wasn't going to leave it all up to pure luck. MJF was trying to leave. Jet Speed comes out and stops him. And lo and behold, it was a rigged coin, as Pops has alluded to. And the match at Revolution will be a Texas death match, where Hangman is 5-1.
right. Now, let me explain. The Two-Face coin is for the character, the Batman character of Two-Face.
No one cares.
That's what I meant.
But I know. It's a Two-Face coin, yes. I know. So, but, moving on. AEW World Tag Team Championships. Women's World Tag Team Championships on the line. The Babes of Wrath, Harley Cameron, and Willow Nightingale defeat Megabad via DQ to retain the titles. This was not planned. I do not think. Unfortunately,
what's her name got hurt?
Penelope Ford did a moonsault to the outside and was immediately checked on by doctors and medical staff. They think she hurt her ankle really bad. There was a promo afterwards where they seen Penelope Ford on crutches. So very sad to see. I think this is where we were getting Megabad as champions. But unfortunately, it ended via DQ.
Right.
And,
They had to.
all right, my runner-up for match of the week. Right here. Brody King versus Mark Davis. Brody King, my wrestler of the fucking week. Again, holy shit. This man is so good. He called out Swerve before the match. He called out Swerve after the match. But Mark Davis and Brody King went at it as two big, beefy men, and it was just pure.
It was
great.
madness.
After the match, like I just said, Brody King called out Swerve Strickland for a match at Revolution. And lo and behold, his tag team partner, Bandito, also said he would like a fight at Revolution. Answering that fight is Andrade. We're getting Andrade versus Bandito, Brody King versus Swerve Strickland, MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. We're getting a stacked fucking card in a couple of weeks.
I mean, good night. Good night.
Where we will be doing predictions in a couple weeks for that. But before we get to our predictions for Elimination Chamber, we'll talk about the main event, my match of the week, the Mile High Madness Anything Goes match. The Young Bucks, Jack Perry, and the Rascals defeat FTR and The Demand. This match was everything I wanted it to be. This was Anarchy in the Arena on TV.
Right. It was crazy.
That quality match on television. It was so good. It was
Ups, downs, all around. Turn to me.
Mile
Inside,
High.
out.
Yeah, sure. I don't know why you
Sorry.
are singing. The Spanish Fly from Not Trey Miguel. Oh my God, Desmond and Zach. You know how they did the Spanish Fly to Ricochet?
Right.
You know that was Zachary Wentz's first Spanish Fly ever, and it was through a table on the outside,
did not.
off of a barricade. Somebody got
That
hit
was
with
crazy.
a fucking vacuum. Like
that was good.
this is my match.
They hit with the vacuum, then he pulled the fucking thing up. And... Yeah, it was
That's why it was my match of the week. It was Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. You know, it had those hints of Pro Wrestling Guerrilla and those types of matches. You know, the multi-mans, the anything goes. They're in Denver, Colorado, so it's all. And then the ending of the match where Myron Reed comes bolting in off the stage over the ropes and hits a cutter. I cannot wait to see more Myron Reed on my TV screen. I've seen him personally live. I know what that man can do. I've seen that man hit that cutter over the ropes and onto the floor through a table. I'm just saying.
And that's right. Yeah. Dynamite got my highest rating of the week, 9.5. There's no way.
10 out of 10. Always.
Yeah.
With that being said, we're going to transition on into our Elimination Chamber predictions before we get into our Indie Spotlight of the Week. We're doing our Elimination Chamber predictions. There's 4 matches, and then we have a total of 5 possible bonus points. We'll talk about that when we get to it. Our first match, these are not in order, but we have Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Pops, I will let you go first.
All right. We're in Chicago. Is this in Chicago?
Yes. See, if you look down right here, this says Elimination Chamber, Chicago.
Yeah. No. Can't see. There you go. All right. Nice and big. Now I got to give points for this too, right?
Yeah, there's 4 matches, so 4 possible confidence points.
All right. So for 4 points, I'm going to say Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch for 4. Okay, I'm going to go AJ Lee for 2.
Okay.
If no one has listened to the Spotify exclusive, the WrestleMania 42 fantasy booking, I have AJ Lee winning this match already booked out in my fantasy predictions and going into WrestleMania as champion. It is her hometown. You know, they usually don't like to book people in their hometown to win, but, you know,
That's why I went with her.
they haven't been back in a while. And that's why I also got CM Punk winning. So, match number 2, singles match, World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk versus Finn Balor. I'm going CM Punk for 3 points. Just because, like I said, they're in Chicago. CM Punk's a crybaby. And I'm joking. I love CM Punk. He's good. I don't like his wife.
I am going with the same CM Punk for 3. Because it is his hometown. He's not going to lose in Chicago. He very rarely loses in Chicago, and they're not going to give Finn the world title.
They're not going to give Finn a push yet. They're waiting until WrestleMania when he beats Dominic Mysterio for the title.
There you go.
All right, but we got the Women's Elimination Chamber. Winner will go on and face Jade Cargill. As we've seen on Raw. Liv Morgan chose Stephanie Vaquer, so this winner will go on to face Jade Cargill. We have Tiffy versus Rhea versus Alexa Bliss versus Kiana James versus Asuka versus Raquel Rodriguez. Pops, you are first.
Now I got to pick one of these young ladies.
Yep.
Take it all.
1 or 2 points. Because you've used 4 and 3.
For 1 point, Alexa Bliss.
Cool. I don't know. This is a hard one. I'm going to follow.
And also where they're coming in with this and that.
I'm going to follow your 1 point. But I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton. And I will say this, I don't want Tiffany to win. I don't want her to win at WrestleMania. Go listen to the fantasy booking. Spotify exclusive extra talks. I talk all about it. I got a whole thing brewing over there.
So no, I got some good stuff. Yeah.
Some good stuff. All right. Then we have the Elimination Chamber for the men's for the undisputed WWE Championship match at WrestleMania 42. We got Randy Orton versus LA Knight versus Cody Rhodes versus Javon Evans versus Trick Williams versus Jey Uso. And unfortunately, I got Cody Rhodes winning it for 2 points. Cody Rhodes for 2.
Whatever I got left.
2.
2 points. Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed, not in the match. So
I know.
So you got Jey Uso.
They will be taking on. Hold on.
They will be taking on Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 42. Would you like the participants again?
No. I don't want to go Cody. I mean, I know it's going to be Cody. Who do I want to see? Let's go with Jey Uso. Even though he wasn't supposed to be there.
Jey Uso posted on his Instagram. There's a lot of hate on Jey Uso. Don't get me wrong. I understand it. I know the hate, but turn the fucking TV off if you don't like it. I joke around about it. I don't hate Jey Uso. I think he's great. I love him. I love his brother. But he posted that he was like, I'm going to win Elimination Chamber. And somebody took a screenshot of it and tweeted it and said, is this a threat? ? Why we got to do that to the man? Just leave him be. Let him be himself. He got over with he's for the young fans. That's what he's for. He's not selling yeet apparel for fucking 40-year-old men. He's not out there yeeting with the crowd for the 60-year-old woman who's there with her grandson. No, he's there for
Right.
her
She's
grandson.
doing it for her grandson.
But now onto our bonus points. We have a bonus point each for the who starts the Elimination Chamber. There's 4 men in the pods, and then 4 women in the pods, and then 2 people start. I will start with this one. I got Jey Uso starting, and I'm going to go Jey Uso, LA Knight. Who you got starting for the men?
Oh, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes.
Honest, hot take, that's my final 2. And that's where we get the Cody heel turn. Or the Randy heel turn.
Okay.
Who knows?
Okay.
But then we have the women's Elimination Chamber. Who do you think will be starting that one off? I'll let you go first.
Excuse me. Tiffy. And name the women again.
Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Kiana James, Asuka, and Raquel Rodriguez.
Tiffy and Raquel.
I'm going with Asuka and Rhea. So if we get all of those right, we get 4 points. If you get one of them right, vice versa, you know. However many people start off, like if Jey Uso starts out or LA Knight starts
Right.
out, I get 1 point each, you know, so on and so forth. My next and final prediction of Elimination Chamber, it is labeled "What's in the fucking box?" 1 point. This is where we finally get a reveal of what is in this stupid fucking box, and I'm over it. What is it? What do you think is in the box?
And he's already put a curse on people over at Raw. Mr. Danhausen.
All right.
I like that idea. All this weird stuff happening, and this box shoot up. Then you got what's his name really getting hurt.
I gotta go the same.
I know it's what.
I gotta go the same.
It's just weird.
It makes sense. But knowing WWE, it's going to be a new sponsor. It's going to be
Googly Googler.
It's going to be R-Truth holding a fucking 2K26 copy, and it's like, get the
The
game.
basketball.
It's going to be
It's
stupid.
going to be a basketball.
But to quickly recap our Elimination Chamber predictions, we have match 1, Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. I went AJ Lee for 2. You went Becky Lynch for 4. CM Punk versus Finn Balor. We both went CM Punk for 3. Tiffany, the women's Elimination Chamber, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Kiana James, Asuka, and Raquel Rodriguez. I went Tiffany for 1. You went Bliss for 1. The men's Elimination Chamber match, Randy, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Jey Uso. I went Cody Rhodes for 2. You went Jey Uso for 2. Who will start the Elimination Chamber for the men? I went Jey Uso and LA Knight. For the women, I went Asuka and Rhea. For the men, you went Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes. And for the women, you went Tiffy and Raquel Rodriguez. And for what's in the fucking box from 1 point, we both went Danhausen. Cool.
Yeah.
That was our
There you go.
Elimination Chamber predictions. Now, moving on to our final subject of the night. It is our Indy Spotlight from Blitzkrieg Pro, Bringin It Down. We had a stacked card over here at the Blitzkrieg show this week. We had Javi versus Bryce Donovan. Ichiban versus Junie Underwood versus Devious Cass versus Angelo Carter. Pariah of Society versus Delta Force. The Jensen Championship match. Azur versus Perry Von Vicious. 50 Cal and Tommy Dreamer versus Logan Black and Ox Adams. Dolphin Funeral versus Ancestry City Shooters. Notorious Mimi versus Harley Hudson. TJ Crawford versus Teriyaki. CPA versus Ash Bennett. And then a tornado tag match. Andy Brown, Charles Mason versus Top 5, Dead or Alive, Andy Brown, and Sammy Diaz. You can't read that at the bottom, but it's there.
All right. What I did watch, we did watch it together up until a certain match, and then I was supposed to go back and watch some of it. But I've seen it. A lot of the things happened, through the internet and this and that. I gotta say, a Blitzkrieg show, you can't go wrong. I've already talked about independent wrestling and this and that, and going and seeing them, and in the venue that they were in, I had some great memories in moments in that first place I ever smoked a cigarette with CPA was right there, and stuff like that. But it was just I love the venue to begin with. The closeness, this and that. They didn't have their regular announcer, so the owner, Mr. Leary, took over the announcing, and he did a good job with it. Heard our good friend White Lion Studios talk a lot.
I did hear Mac screaming a bunch in the show. One of my favorite matches during this show, not just because they're some of my favorite people, but 50 Cal and Tommy Dreamer versus Logan Black and Ox Adams. Ox Adams is a fucking giant man. First of all, don't get me wrong. That man is amazing. After the match, Tommy Dreamer had said that he was celebrating to the day. This was on February 21st, 40 years prior. His dad brought him to his first wrestling show, and he fell in love with wrestling. At 10 years old, Tommy Dreamer is 55 years old. That man is still wrestling like he's in his 30s. But he was basically saying he was so thankful to be there, so thankful to be doing what he was doing. And
that's awesome.
It was a great show. It was awesome to see Tommy Dreamer and
I didn't know. Yeah, I wish I would have watched that.
Yeah, you should go back and watch it. If you don't have IWTV, make sure you get it. We say it every week on this Indie Spotlight here. The IWTV is the best $10 a month that you will spend every month. No matter if it's wrestling you can't go and see, whether it's your local indie promotion, that it's probably on there.
Right. It's more than likely.
I can go on there
Where's
every
the $10?
And watch a different indie show every day, usually. They're almost live.
And they have weekly shows on there.
Yes, there is weekly shows every Thursday. Every Monday, we got Wrestling Open from Western Mass.
Right.
At least once a month, you got a Blitzkrieg Pro show where you can see some of our favorite wrestlers. You can even see us on there. We've been to several Blitzkrieg Pro shows. We usually get front row. We're usually right there. We're up in the front. We know a lot of these wrestlers. We know a lot of the sponsors there. We can see them right at the bottom here. We got.
You can watch Dan get a hat back from the last time that we went.
Yeah, we got Dan getting his hat taken off. Stuff like that. So like I said, like Pop said, just use that $10 a month. It's worth it.
Right, get that. I thank David every month. I think about it.
Yes, and then we will.
As we use it a lot, and I love it. So but go back to some of the matches and stuff like that. Well put. They were well done. And like you said, we got to see some of our favorite people that
during the show.
CPA versus what is CPA? It's Ash Bennett. I missed that, but I was probably going to be.
That was a very good match. CPA did end up winning or losing that match rather. They had a little talk after, and Ash Bennett is known as the Ash Hole You know, asshole, but it's ashhole. It's
Yeah.
very funny. And then he looked like he was gonna turn and he was gonna be a nice guy, and then he said CPA's a fucking loser and kicked him in the nuts.
Oh, that's not
It
nice.
wasn't nice. It was not a nice thing to do. But
Yeah, well, I hope Ash Bennett's around woo out time and he gets his
before
balls
we're done
kicked in.
talking about this, Andy Brown and Charles Mason versus Bobby Orlando and Sammy Diaz was everything I wanted it to be. It was high energy. You got the high energy from Bobby Orlando. You got the sick and twisted stuff from Charles Mason. The heavy hitting from Andy Brown. Heavy hitting from Sammy Diaz. Top 5 Dead or Alive. Friend of the podcast. And it was just great.
That's right.
It was awesome. It was amazing to see. If you have time, you have the money, give it a watch.
Get that, watch that, because I know I'm for sure, because that's one I really, really wanted to see.
And that has been our show. We will see you next week, where we will run down the aftermath of Elimination Chamber and everything like that.
Right, and I know you probably said this before. Thursday is the new night for.
Yes, Thursday is the new night for Wrestle Talk with David and Pops. We have changed that. No longer Wednesdays. We're going live on Thursdays now. And then uploads are on Fridays. So, yeah.
Right.
We will
There you go.
see you next week, next Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Wrestle Talk with
Peace.
David and Pops.
Love, monkeys. We're out of here.
Good night, everybody. All right, shout outs and fuck you. Gotta be
All
quick.
right, shout outs and fuck you. Let's get it real quick. Let's start the fuck you of the week. I'll start it up. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, that's right. For being the biggest douchebag and crashing his car going over 100 miles per hour and trying to say, I didn't see the lights. I didn't see the lights behind me. Fuck you. Sorry, I got a lot of fuck yous in this. You should, and I hope you pray to God and thank him, because if you would have killed somebody, your old ass would have been sitting in jail, but maybe not, because this is all done and over with, and he get a little slap on the wrist. Oh, here, Mr. McMahon, you do bad. Give me $1,000. Fuck you. And fuck the judicial system in Connecticut, Massachusetts.
This is a
In
reminder that
Connecticut.
this all happened on July 24th of 2025, and it's now just coming out in February of 2026.
Yeah,
Saying.
screw him. Fuck
So
you.
the
Sorry.
fuck you of the week for you is Vincent Kennedy McMahon. My fuck you of the week is to both Rampage and Raha Jackson. Raha Jackson is officially allowed back on Kick, and in my opinion, he should be in fucking jail for attempted murder. But again, don't want to dwell on it too much. Fuck you, Rampage Jackson. Fuck you, Raha Jackson. You're both pieces of shit.
All right, good job. Now we're doing shout out.
Yeah.
All right, number first shout out is for Thunder Rosa for a tweet about being Mexican in this crazy ass world we live in America with class. She called out a comment about her and explained just because of the place she comes from, and Liz doesn't deserve to be treated harshly. Pride doesn't see colors. I mean, she's Mexican. This and that, la la, and they're commenting. People are commenting on her return and this and that. And she should be deported and blah 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 blah. And this and that because she loves her country and she wears their colors and this and that. So shout out to Thunder Rosa. I'm happy to have you back, baby. We'll see you soon. My next shout out is AJ Styles for ending Monday Night Raw, removing his jacket and gloves, and putting a rest that he is leaving. The Undertaker coming down in the ringside as the entire locker room were out there cheering Uncle AJ on brought tears to my eyes. It did. It was sad. And for a brief moment, thought that the two were going to be going at it at WrestleMania or something. I got really excited. But congrats, AJ, for being inducted into the going to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Congratulations, you deserve it, my friend. And as I said earlier, not going to AEW. He's retired, and he just signed a new contract with WWE. And my final shout out, David loves this one. Nia Jax. I know I've given her such a hard time over the years, and David also, and this and that. But I just want to give her a big shout out for losing 100 pounds. As a big person, myself, it's really hard to try to live as healthy as you can. This and that. She's still putting a big botchamania and this and that. I won't, I'll give her all that, But I know it's hard. There's lots of setbacks when you lose the weight, you put it back down, this and that. So I just want to say, hey, congratulations for losing that 100 pounds. You're looking halfway decent. I still don't want to see you.
Yeah, thanks for that 45-minute shout-outs. So my shout-outs are going to be very quick and easy. Shout-out to Daphne DeVille and Aiden Agro returning as MSP, the Main Street Posse. Pops had called me during the Limitless show and was almost in tears saying, "Oh my God, David, it's happening, MSP is back, MSP is back." Thank you very much for coming back. And you couldn't mute your mic to do that?
Sorry.
But shout out Daphne and Aiden Agro. Also shout out to the Rascals. Great tags, everything like that. Great to see them. Thank you for the blessings, Mr. Slave and Skates. And my final shout out is to...
Yeah, thank you for the blessing. Final shout out.
Final shout out is to Slapdash. I couldn't think of his name. Slapdash for rating us last week on the RTPW stream. It was very nice of him to do that. Didn't need to do that. And we appreciate the hell out of you for bringing your community over to us. With that being said, we're ending here. We're going to get out of here. We're going to go over and spread the love to Joker the Wise, who is live currently playing some 2K, I think. Oh, no, he's doing a UFC stream. So we're going to go over and hang out with Joker the Wise.
All right, let's do this.
All right, we'll see you guys this Saturday for... actually, we will be live Sunday for RTPW Showdown.
You going to put this in there?
Yeah, it takes me a second to type, pal.
All right. You're a lot quicker than I.
There you go. Use those hashtags when we go over and raid Joker the Wise.
What the hell? Hold on. Okay.
All right, we'll see you guys Sunday for the RTPW stream. Go over and spam those hashtags. Let them know we sent you. Good night, everybody.
Peace, love monkeys. We're out of here. We're good.